Hey there YouTube, how's everyone doing today? And in this video I have a review of the BlackBerry Playbook tablet. Now as far as the specs go, this weighs just about a pound. It's about 425 grams on the weight side of the tablet. And in my opinion, when I hold the tablet, I really don't even feel it. It's really that light that you don't even feel it. This also comes with a 1024 by 600 resolution. And in my opinion, I think the resolution on this is just right. I mean, mainly because you don't want to have a really high resolution on a small 7-inch tablet. But as far as the resolution goes, it's really nice. You can watch really videos on this, and they look really nice as far as the HD quality goes. You also have, as far as the specs go, you have a 1 GHz dual-core processor and a 1 GB of RAM. So with all the specs on that, with 1 GB of RAM and 1 GHz dual-core processors, you can just browse the web, multitask without any problems at all. In addition, you have full flash support, meaning this shows you the web as if you're viewing this on a desktop. So, the flash on this is just marvelous. And in my personal opinion, I think it's really stable. It really feels like you're on a desktop, but without the keyboard. Then you also have Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and you also have a camera, which is full 1080p HD, 3 megapixels on the front, which is right here, and on the back it's 5 megapixels. And overall, I think all the specs on this tablet, it's really well suited for the actual tablet. Now, as far as the build quality goes on this tablet, I definitely am really impressed with it. If you actually take a look at the back, this is the back. It has the BlackBerry logo right in the middle over here, and then the rest of this is the rubber. This is the camera, and I mean, just the back of it, it has a really nice touch to it, nice feel to it, really smooth, and it's made out of rubber, so it really feels really nice in your hands. You don't feel like you're gonna drop it. But this isn't made of rubber. I think it's made of something. It's really close to rubber. It feels just like that, and you don't feel like you're gonna drop it. I mean, it feels really good in your hands, really comfortable, and you can definitely hold this for long durations of times without, feeling stressed or your hands begin to kind of feel slippery or anything. As far as the connectivity goes on this device, it's really well thought through. In the bottom of the device, you have 3 inputs. The first input is for the HDMI. The second is for the USB connection. And it also syncs the actual device. The third one is, I believe, for the actual wall socket that you charge in. Plug in the wall socket right here and it charges. And the top over here, where you actually have the touchscreen, you have these 2 speakers, one over here, one over here. And as far as the speaker quality goes and the sound it produces, it's really well built and really produces a really nice amount of sound. I think it beats some of the speakers on like the iPad 1 and the Motorola Zoom. And also over here you have a flash, I believe, and this is the 3 megapixel front facing camera. Top over here you have the power button. You have the, I believe that is the volume. That's to decrease the volume in the front, and this one is to actually increase the volume. And one in the middle is to actually stop the music or play your music. And just as you click on the play music, it plays some of the first songs in your library. And then this is pretty much the device. So to turn this device on, all you have to do is click on the power button, and if it's turned off, you have to actually press the power button for a couple seconds, and it turns on. Now, this is the actual operating system. This is the one and only home screen, and it shows all your apps from alphabetical order. Now, in all honesty, I'm going to show you the flash on this, and the flash on this is really nice. I mean, usual web browsing is really fast on this too. It packs a 1 GHz dual-core processor, so you're bound to have really fast browsing speed. But as far as how the flash goes, I'm really surprised with the flash. I'm just going to go ahead and load up my YouTube channel, Everything is Tech, and just going to type it in, .com/everythingistech. Also, when you type on this, it's really comfortable. Right now it's not comfortable for me, mainly because I'm just behind a camera and I'm actually typing it in, so it does get a little tiring. Anyways, this is my channel. It's loading up, and it takes, once in a while it takes a little extra seconds to load, but once it's loaded up, you have no lag at all. And I'm just gonna show you how well this performs. My video is already playing, and I don't think you really care about my video too much right now. But as far as the ads are actually flashed, these ads, and you can see they're not lagging at all. It's just playing straightforward, no lag at all, and of course my video is playing as well. But this just shows how well the flash performs. Now, multitasking on this is wonderful. To multitask, what you have to do is actually, if you see these borders on the top of here, these are actually also touch sensitive. So if you take your finger and just drag on top, that pretty much you're multitasking, and if you want to exit something out, just click on the little X over here, and it exits out and closes that actual window, and you're back to your home screen. Now you can actually multitask a lot. If you actually drag from the bottom to the top, this brings back the actual home screen, and this is all the windows that are open if you do that again, and you can just pretty much drag or actually X them out as you know, however you want to do this. Now if you actually want to actually access the options on the actual app, all you have to do is drag from the top to the bottom like this, and some apps actually don't have that option. So let's go to maybe the browser, and let's drag from the top to the bottom, and this brings out the URL, and this brings out some of your downloads, your new tabs, and your recent openly tabs and stuff. So, you know, as far as the multitasking goes, this performs really well in multitasking. Now, some of the things that really weigh this device down is the App Store and the Music Store. Like, if we go on the App Store right now, you're gonna see it doesn't have all the basic apps that you're gonna really need to use. Like, the App Store does not have Facebook or Twitter, but in my opinion, my personal opinion, you don't need Facebook, mainly because you can just go to the browser itself, type in Facebook, and you're pretty much on the same exact Facebook you'd be on your desktop or laptop. Meaning you can chat with your friends and access apps right from the browser on this tablet. So that is always a great thing, but you know, it would always be nice to actually have an app for all those Twitter and Facebooks, so you can just access them right from one click, and you get all your notifications and everything in one actual place. But I mean, besides that, I guess, you know, it's alright. In addition, you know, some apps that you actually would find worth the money, like some games and everything, that you're willing to pay maybe 99 cents for, or even $1.99 for if you're pushing it, it's overpriced. I mean, those apps are worth like $2, $4, and it just goes downhill right from there. So, as far as the pricing goes, it's not well decided, I guess. But then again, I mean, if BlackBerry does not control that, all the developers control that, but that's another thing. Now, the App Store, that's the only thing that makes this Playbook not too competitive towards the Zoom and the iPad or the iPad 2. If this had a good selection of apps, you could definitely see this being head-to-head with the iPad 2, in my opinion. And that's just me, though. The Music Store is another thing that really weighs this device down. I mean, I have a really kind of different taste in music. I listen to everything, but as far as the best sellers goes, you really won't know half these artists. I mean, when I looked at the best sellers, I knew maybe Foo Fighters, I knew Daft Punk, I knew Hollywood Undead, Rise Against, and Kanye West. And out of these maybe 24 artists that are best sellers, I knew maybe like 6 of them. So that is, you know, kind of odd how some of the artists you don't even listen to are best sellers on this. And, you know, as far as the music selection goes, it's not really, there isn't a huge selection. I mean, there's Katy Perry, Kanye West, Hollywood Undead, and those are just some I can name right from the top of my head. And besides, you know, as far as the music selection goes, it's not really, there's not a huge selection of songs. As far as the battery life goes, I'm really disappointed as far as how long it takes to charge the actual battery. The battery life on this is really nice, and everything else that's positive, because it lasts you a really long time. I mean, when I first got the device, I didn't think the battery life was too great, but I mean, for this whole video duration, it probably taken me about an hour, so almost, and battery life has only gone down about 5%, so that's not too much at all. And as far as charging the battery life goes, that is a huge disappointment. When I actually got this device down to 1% battery life, to charge this to even 95% took me about a day and a half. And that is really a huge disappointment. And especially when I actually plugged this in, for the first 6 hours, this showed no progress at all. It showed 0% battery life, which was just, that was just shocking. And then maybe the day and a half later, when I actually went to look at the progress on the device, I saw the 95%, and, you know, that was a better thing. That was more positive for me. But as far as, you know, charging the battery life goes on this, it's a huge disappointment. Anyone who's going to be leaving their house, or they're always on the go or traveling, and, you know, you definitely have to think ahead of time on how far, you know, as far as charging this device goes. If you're a kind of person who doesn't leave your house too much, if you don't vacation too much, and you have a long time to actually, you know, pack up and everything, this is not going to be a problem at all, because you're going to have maybe about a week in advance to charge this and everything. But as far as, you know, all the early people who have to, they're always on the go, they're always moving, you know, that's going to be a big problem for them. As far as the videos and photos goes, on this tablet, it's really nice. I've already done a separate video, so click right over here on the bottom somewhere just to get that video. I have a whole in-depth video on the photos and videos the BlackBerry takes, so you can look at that. And for the, you know, the meantime for this actual video, here's some photos I've taken. This was actually outside in mid-daylight. There was great amount of sunlight, and again, the photo comes out really nice. And now this is the video I took.
So I'm just outside right now and testing out the video and
I mean, again,
audio quality, and we're just gonna look at this
picture qualities that the tablet offers. I have no, compromises at all. It's really great for a tablet, so that's always great to have. Now, concluding this video, all I have to say, this is a really great tablet. I mean, people definitely underestimate this, mainly because it's not from Apple or from Motorola or Samsung. But, as far as BlackBerry actually made this tablet, as far as how they engineered this tablet and developed it, it's really well. And, the build quality, I like it. I like the actual operating system. Multitasking on this is really great. All the features on this device is really well thought through, except for the app and music store, in my opinion. If this had more apps, and I mean maybe another couple 40, 50,000 more apps, and even including some of the basic apps like Twitter, Facebook, this would definitely be a really great competitor to the iPad 2. I'm not gonna lie, I think this would have maybe even come up on top, but for the fact that it lacks the apps, it really wasn't really thought through. I mean, this really does fall right down. But as far as the flash goes, how well you view pictures and videos on this, and as far as the actual operating system goes, it was really well done. But again, the apps do really weigh this device down. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you have any more questions, please feel free to comment or leave me a message. And thanks for watching. I hope you all have a great day. Peace out.